What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wale back here with another vid on the SBM channel.
Mm.
As you see, we're in a new spot. We are in the Black Student Union room in the Coffin Memorial Union. Um, it's a great space, cozy space, amazing space. I'm here with my co-host,
Chita?
D-Ski, and we're back with
Wingstop Wednesday.
Wingstop Wednesday. And we got a special episode for you guys today, man. I'm gonna let Jay Ty, get right with us, man.
Yeah, today we're talking about upbringings, what it's like to be black men growing up. We each have different unique perspectives of what we each kind of like dealt with. But before we get started, you already know what we got to do. Wingstop, if you're watching, you sponsor us a little bit.
Get right.
I had to get today I kept a little light, a little light. I got me an 8-piece bone in. What is it? Saucy sriracha,
Hot honey. Yeah, hot honey
hot
sausage.
honey, and I got me some fries with the hot honey rub season, necessity, some ranch, some ketchup, and of course water.
Your boy, I went a little OC today. I am kind of hungry. I had a little deal up. It's called the three way. Called the tree way. You know what I mean? So we got three flavors, 15 piece. Yes, I didn't get the tenders today because we got a 15 piece. We got hot honey rub, got the saucy hot honey sriracha, and then we're trying out the garlic whatever hot honey thing this is. Yeah, yeah. And then we got the fries with the hot honey on it. Come on. And then to wash it down, you know how we get. Right. Come on.
Friday. All right, well, let's get straight into things. You know what I mean? First question, Wale. Let me know, what was your environment like growing up? Talk about it.
Alrighty, man. My environment growing up. So if those who don't know, I am the oldest child in my family. I'm the only son as well, so I'm the biggest bro and the only Nick. And so with that comes a lot of responsibility. Um, in some cases, you are the lab rat in quotation. So a lot of things they're learning how to, or my parents are learning how to parent. So for me, at times it was a bit tough. Um, just kind of navigating going to predominantly white schools, coming back home, and then having to, like, for instance, I'll give you guys a little story, right? You're not supposed to, as you're younger, I think he knows this as well. You're not supposed to look elders in the eye when you speak to them. But here in America, guess what? That is a sign of respect. So, for instance, if I go home and I'm looking my dad straight in his eye, you know it's coming. And if I go to school, I don't do that, then it's a sign of disrespect. So stuff like that, right? They're learning, and then I'm having to go through that. At the same time, I did enjoy my childhood. Great, it's beautiful. Made connections, bro. Well, I mean, because of it, I'm the man I am now. Yeah, yeah. But what was your environment like, though? Let me know.
Mm. No, I said my environment is very unique, very unique. For those of you who don't know, I am, or I have 6 siblings, all half sisters.
Sheesh.
You know what I mean? I have one brother, one half brother, 5 half sisters. So I'm in a family of women basically. So that alone, very very unique. 4 siblings in London, so time to time I see them, time to time I don't. And then one of them I mainly grew up with. So I was mainly around that one half sister, and then my mother for the most part. The environment, used to be going from being with my mother, for like a week and a half. Then every other weekend I'd be with my father. So that alone, with growing up, I thought personally it was normal. Other kids my age, my friends, they obviously had both parents at home, so they basically had like a normal situation, I would say.
Mm.
But for me, I'd be with my father every other weekend. Um, that alone, yeah, very very unique. I would say when it comes to the environment, I feel like I really I feel like I was not the greatest child. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If I didn't do any schoolwork, any learning, didn't wash the dishes, and my father, my mom comes home and I'm on the game, is raps.
It's a beat down.
Is raps.
Yeah.
So I mean that alone, I feel like that kind of helped me, I guess, shape me of like who I want to be, how I want to be treated, how I want others to be respectful, other things like that. But also just like how to treat people. Just being in a family of mainly all women, I feel like I gotta be careful with my words, be careful what I say, be careful what I do, um, everything like that. So yeah, it's very very unique. Obviously, that was at a young age. Growing up a little bit more after that, it was more so of just make sure you're safe, make sure you come back when the street lights turn on. You know what I
Yup.
mean?
Yup.
So other things like that, but I don't know. Well, like, when did you feel like you felt pressured to be successful? Obviously coming from a Nigerian family.
Yeah. I felt I felt the pressure at the end of the day. There's no real pressure. You know what I mean? What our parents went through, real pressure. You know what I mean? But to become to be successful, it all comes through my namesake. My name means I want this come home. So I've always felt like in the back of my head, it's like, dude, if you smoke it, bro, you're done, bro. You're a failure, bro. So that's always playing in the back of my head usually. I didn't feel it for real until my junior year, and then definitely my senior year. And I started to look for colleges and all that. And my parents, especially my pops, was on my back about that. You need to go to a good school. You need to have a good career. This, that, and the third. He never was one of those parents, or they both were never really those parents who would force me into a lane. I know a lot of people. It's like, I mean, for instance, for girls, it's like nursing or anything in the medical field. For dudes, doctors, lawyers, they don't really know, the finance. No, not really. You know what I mean? So, I told them I wanted to do business, and they jacked it. They just said you better have a plan, and I did. It's going pretty well so far. But yeah, I started to really feel that pressure my junior senior year of high school,
Mm,
but like kind of able to really calm myself down, breathe, and then just trust God's plan.
mm,
You're right. When did it start for you though?
mm. Feel pressure to be successful. You know, how I mentioned that I was with my father every other weekend.
You're
There's always those car drives to his crib. It's always these deep conversations. Always, you either got to be a doctor, lawyer, or accountant. For me personally, Um, so when I told him when I was younger that I wanted to be a football player, he wasn't jacking it.
they
He
weren't
wasn't
jacking it.
jacking it. I won't
Yeah.
lie to you. But as I got older, I guess I felt a little bit more comfortable doing school, doing math specifically, even though I don't like it, to be honest with you. Ironic that I'm majoring in finance and accounting, but I don't know. It works out. I can do it. I don't mind it. But the career after that is what I like. So that's what I'm focused on. Um, but when it comes to feeling pressure, obviously in that moment, you know, three options. It's kind of like the game plan that was given. Um, but when I saw my sister get an internship, go to New York, I started to actually live her life, leave our house, mm, get money on a flight a whole bunch of times. When she told me her salary, I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
is for me.
Now I gotta lock in. Now I
Yeah.
gotta lock in. And it's, I guess when my sister went to New York and I'm back home, I'm doing my sports, I'm filling out Common App, trying to get into college. I was like, okay, I feel like I gotta lock in a little bit, see what I want to do. And I was filling out Common App, trying to figure out my major. I didn't know what to do. I had to call my sister a little bit. So that was when the pressure kind of came up, and I was like, okay, so my sister's at a big name company out in New York. How am I gonna reach that level? How am I gonna top that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is my grandma gonna think I wouldn't say worse, but are they gonna put my sister above me a little bit? It was kind of like my mindset. Obviously, not the best mindset, but that was my thought of growing up a little bit. So I was like, okay, what can I do to make money? What can I do to kind of get to that level? So then, kind of got to put your head down, got to grind a little bit. Obviously, being in college, you got to meet people to get that way. That's what I realized.
Yeah.
Um, and now we're here.
I will
And now
say
we're here.
though, I have another. I'm gonna add to that, but then also ask you a question as well.
Mm,
But my pops. Now, if you've ever seen my pops, met him or you know what I mean, my dad is 6'1", 6'1", 200, 220, 230 something, right? So when people look at him and they look at me, there's no real resemblance. There's no real resemblance. And the way I see, like my unks and my aunts talk to my father, the guy gets a lot of respect. They go to him for anything and everything, right? And so also seeing the way he carries himself, seeing that he's just a leader in it, like just a leader, right? You see those, you know what I mean? I thought my dad was one of these youths up here, you know what I
mm,
mean? People like that. That's how I saw my dad my entire life, and so I was at some point I was chasing that, and that's where also the pressure really came because I'm like, yeah, I'm just not that guy. I can't. I don't know how to be him. You know what I mean? So we did have a chat. He's like, Brad, you're gonna be. He told me that I'm going to be better than him. And in my head, Brad, I'm like, yeah, this guy's he's playing around, but he's joking. You have to say that. But the way he said it was just like, damn, like as I'm growing older now, I have the tools to be in essence better. You know what I mean? But I want to be a better him. I still want to have the traits that he has, be better or more. How can I say this? Like we have all the tools to be better, so
mm-hmm.
why not? You know what I mean? So, yeah,
How? Wait, if you don't mind me asking, do you know like the height that you were supposed to reach? Obviously, you couldn't, grow a little bit more, but
man, I my mother. So my dad's 6'1", like I said. My mother is 5'6", and I'm standing tall at what 5'10".
mhm.
Dude, I was thinking, yo, you's gonna get up 6'2", 6'3", and play in the NBA. Obviously, that's not gonna happen, bro. And I knew that from I knew that early. I was just
Mm.
coping back then. But like, man, oh man, I wish, man. Like, this is what
Six
it
two,
is.
6'3",
The dream height was 6'4".
6'4".
Dream height was 6'4". D Wade and Edwards type beat.
Oh,
We obviously you're not there, nowhere near. I'm sure to move on though. But I was
okay.
gonna ask though. Ask because you have a ring. Like you was really good at the you know what I mean at football, bro. Running back right here, you know what I mean. So you when you were doing the Common App and all that, was that also in your head? Like, yo, I could low key like play in college as well. I know like
Mm.
they were in your phone. Were they not in your phone? I know they were in your phone, bro. You want a ring, bro? You know what I
A little
mean?
bit,
Yeah.
a little bit. Um, for context, I went to Maple Grove Senior High School. The football team, the year 2022, we went undefeated until the state championship game, and then we lost in a heartbreaker. And then 2023, we came back undefeated and then won the championship game.
Oh,
Um, but as in like Common App and then going to school to play football, I don't know. I was filling out Common Apps as in like, okay, obviously, I want to go to school, go to college, get a degree. So I was just doing it as if like I wasn't playing football. And then on the side, I would do college visits, go to different colleges, check out the team, check out coaches, see their scheme, see if I like the culture, everything like that. But then it just got to a point where I'm like, I didn't really enjoy football practice. I enjoyed football games. I enjoyed like the thrill of it. I enjoyed being in shape, everything like that. But I didn't like practice. And when you're in college, you got a busy schedule. You gotta wake up early. You got practice. Then after that, you might have film. You have workouts, and then you got to go to class, later class, come back, eat, film again, maybe do like a walkthrough practice, and then you sleep.
what?
And then when it's off season, you have a whole bunch of like lifting and cardio. you got to do. And I wasn't really checking it because I knew yeah, obviously I would have I'd have school paid for, but like I didn't really want to push myself through that, knowing that I wouldn't even enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I just decided to apply to schools. I got into my dream school, which is Howard University,
Merch.
but you know
Dream school.
HBCU because I also went to a predominantly white institution for high school. Um, not that many black people, at least. I think OJ can vouch.
Oh man.
We were in the same district.
Yeah.
But yeah, not that many black people. So I wanted to go to HBCU. I already visited that school, went to DC, checked it out. I really liked the campus, the people, the vibe. But then I saw that financial aid package. I was getting nothing. I was getting nothing, right? And then I saw the financial aid package coming here to the University of Minnesota, and essentially, let's just say I would be coming here for free. So why would I? I was in in my head, I wanted to go Howard, and I was talking to my grandma about this, and then she was telling me all about loans and you're
Yeah.
gonna be in debt for years and years and years, and then she would be having to help pay for it, and then I just settled on the U. Um, so now I got here. I'm 30 minutes away from home. Go back home anytime I want. See my family anytime I want. So
You're a
I feel
family
like,
man.
huh?
You're a family man.
You know, growing up, that was I can also add on to the growing up part. You're kind of used to just being around your family a lot, especially in like an African household. You had these family gatherings. The whole family shows up, or at least for my family, the whole family shows up. If it's a birthday, whole family shows up. Graduation, whole family shows up. Wedding, it can be someone I've never met before, also called uncle, auntie. Whole
Oh
family
yeah.
shows up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be something as small as in like someone graduated fifth grade. Whole family shows up. You know what I mean? And that was like almost every other week type of thing. So, always surrounded by family. Always go to my family for questions. Um, so yeah, sometimes you gotta put family first.
Would you say growing up you had a lot of friends? Or a good amount?
Mm.
Good amount of those connections, you know. You were talking about the street lights, so you was going outside, yo, go see the youths, 8 p.m. rolls around 9 p.m. Oh, we gotta sprint home. I know I went through that.
Mm. For me, it's bike home. I got a bike home. I was biking everywhere in middle school, high school.
Dude, everything,
Before
bro.
before I had a car.
Okay, it was everything. It was
hmm
those times were fun.
hmm I think having a lot of friends. I'd say being in sports. I feel like you got to meet a whole bunch of different people.
Yeah.
Which then you could say became your friends. But I would say I personally knew more people and had a less amount of friends. You know what I mean?
Who understands you?
That's the way I would put it. That's the way I would put it. I feel like in high school, my friends were the people who I played sports with, or the people who we'd go out to eat after a game or after practice, and then eventually I started hanging out with more of the diversity people in mid-pro, which are very slim. Like the basketball players and the track players. And then they became my friends. You know what I mean? But I feel like I knew a lot of people, but didn't have that many friends. Is the way I would put it. How about you?
Um, I'd say growing up, it's pretty easy for me to chat to people. At the same time, I lean towards that. Um, I didn't have a lot of friends. I had neighborhood friends. I don't even call them neighborhood friends. Like I had one good friend. You know what I mean? And he knows who that person is. But yeah, I had one good friend. We'd go park brick, elementary school. We'd hoop for hours, bro. Hours, and then bike home, sprint home, whatever it is. And then we met some other people on the block, hoop, all that. It was pretty much just sports. Like it's the same thing. I played basketball all my life, travel, high school, AAU, all that. Um, and I think because of that, you know a lot of people, but at the same time, those connections aren't really like you don't really strengthen those. Those aren't meaningful. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
I started to really see that throughout high school, and even if I compare it now, I would say I only talk to three people, three or four people, from from high school. Um, like they, you know what I mean? Those connections just don't stay or just don't last a long time. I feel like that's just how life goes. But it is.
Did your family ever talk about money or success a lot? I know you mentioned like certain career paths that your father, for example, may want you or might not want you to take.
Yeah.
But was money always like topic of discussion?
Um. No, I love my parents for this because they never made money a big thing. When we talk about, I feel like, especially for Africans, I feel like a lot of things just come back to status and how it looks for other people to other people. Like when they say you have to be a lawyer, some of them just want to go back and be able to tell their brothers and sisters or their family members, hey, my son's a lawyer or
Mhm.
this, that, and the third. Right? It's nothing very. It's like they just want to show out. My parents were not like that at all. They wanted, and my dad was very adamant about this. Like, do something you very much enjoy, and from there you'll be fruitful. Right? We're a Christian family, so that's the way. That was his mindset. Obviously, my mom was like, "Yo, like, 'cause she's a nurse. She's like, yo, like, I mean, we need some bread, you know." But yeah, but my dad, like, we had so many conversations about money because he's in the accounting realm, and so for him, when it comes to financial literacy, when it comes to how you're gonna get up, I mean, when it comes to even investing, right, wealth building and all that, taxes, he's the guy I go to that a lot of other people go to. So we'll chat, sit down, and credit cards, all this, and just chat about that for time. But it was never like, you got to do this to make this amount of bread, mate. Nah, man. He was always about do something you enjoy, passionate about, so you can wake up in
Mm.
the morning and actually love what you do, rather than be like some other kids wake up in the morning, hate what they do. And I mean, money is the root of all evil. Money is, I wouldn't say a social construct, but like it really pushes people to do things they don't. I'm blessed to have the parents I did
Mhm.
have. It was beautiful. How about you though?
Money. I feel like it was more.
Chatting money because I know your sister was getting the
Oh
money
gosh.
on.
Oh gosh. I feel like success is more of the topic of conversation. Um, I know I mentioned what it was doctor, lawyer, or accountant.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, my parents were more pushing, I want you to do what you want to do, but always have a backup plan if it doesn't work. That was the main lesson that I learned from it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was more about success. When it comes to money, my family didn't really talk about money. It was more uh being frugal with our money, which is really, really big.
Big theme.
Big thing. Even though I know, half of my family had money and half of my family didn't have as much money. Even with the people who, or sorry, half of my family who did have money, they were more frugal, more about coupons, more about discounts, when they're purchasing stuff. So yeah, it was more about just being frugal, saving your money, and then when you save your money, you can spend more when you have more free time. That was
Yeah.
kind of like the thought process. But yeah, being frugal is
Big theme, bro. A
big
lot.
thing.
I think Yoruba men get a lot of crap for that because my dad is just bro. My dad doesn't buy himself anything. My mom will fry him for it.
Hmm.
He doesn't buy himself anything. But when we see like when I when he sat me down and like told me the reason why, like
Mm.
I started to really understand why it's very important to like. Oh no, no! Come on, live below your means, bad. That was
still,
big theme, bro. Oh my gosh,
still wearing clothes back from the '90s.
dude, bro,
Hmm.
what?
Hmm.
90s? He's like, yo, I didn't have this shirt. I had this shirt since you were born. I'm like,
Mm.
yo,
Hmm.
you're not getting it. Like his Christmas presents, he enjoys his birthday presents, all that, because we just get him clothes.
Mm.
Get him clothes. Get him cologne, clothes, all that, shoes.
Hmm.
Give him some of my old shoes, bro.
I feel like on this topic, I feel like whenever it was like a family gathering, let's say like it was Christmas, for example,
Mm,
all my aunties and uncles would give like the children money. You know what I mean?
yeah,
My father, he was more of like, if he saw them doing it, he would have a conversation with them in Yoruba, so I wouldn't understand at the time. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And basically, telling them like, don't give him money. I want him to earn it. I want him to learn from it, stuff like that. Now there were definitely arguments because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. Sometimes they had to sneak me down to the basement just to give me money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was also part of it.
You know what's funny? Did you grow up with a piggy bank?
Yeah.
So basically, right? Anything over, like if it was a 10, anything over 10, it was going in the piggy bank. I wouldn't see that money again. But where I respect my parents, oh my goodness, man. Because when we started to, when I had to move it to the bank account, I said, "Yo, where'd we save this amount of bread, bro? Why was I tweaking as a child, bro?" We said like, oh, because it wasn't. Because I used to be the thought process of, yo, they're taking my money to use it, bro. What
Mm-hmm.
kind of?
Mm-hmm.
No, they were saving that money for me for years. That was beautiful, man. Saving, being frugal.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Mm.
that was my grandma, bro. She had to sneak us money, bro. What?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all right. Let me ask you a different question. Did you feel like you had to represent more than just yourself?
Of course.
Mm. Let's hear it.
Honestly, I have a sister. I have two sisters. One is in fifth grade, fourth grade. 10 years of age. Another one is literally a senior in high school. So my parents like to say I'm doing a lot of this stuff for myself, but at the end of the day, I know that if I'm successful, my parents and my entire family is successful, right? Because I have to be that guy. You know what I mean? Because now she's going through that process. Mind you, she's very compy, bro. What, bro? National Honor Society, a 4 point something GPA, this, that,
Mm.
and that. You go anywhere, right?
Mm.
If I was a real like LU, a useless you, come on, bro. I wouldn't be able to help her with her resume. Wouldn't be able to help her with her LinkedIn. Wouldn't be able to help her even like narrow down schools and all that, like stuff like that. Being the lab rat, in a sense, was is good for me. You know what I mean? Like I actually enjoy it, which is why I bring it to school now with some of the youths that I get to talk to when they come to me with questions about professional stuff or even like some of the personal stuff too. It's like at the end of the day, I'm not only doing this just for me. You know what I mean? I want to see people be successful. That's where it all comes from. You know what I mean? 'Cause I had to work. I had to work extra hard. I wasn't gifted with anything. All right, I shouldn't say that. But, you know what I mean? I wasn't the most talented. You know what I mean? I wasn't the smartest, strongest, fastest. We had to work for everything. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
I'm able to look back and say, yo, I was able to you know, bring some people with me, bring my sisters,
Mm.
bring my, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Pops, mommy, you don't worry, grandmother, it's all gonna be fine, bro. Come with me, man. We going far. You know what I mean? And everybody else gets to eat.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's
Is
see.
that what you're on too?
Mm. I felt like I felt like I was always told, someone's got to take care of your sisters. You know what I mean? Someone's got to take care of your mom. Someone's got to take care of Grandma Dukes. You know what I mean? That was always the thought process. Um, I feel like I always heard stories like I was working since I was 14, since I was 15. I had a job back in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I went to the UK to get more money to help out your grandma. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I feel like obviously, yeah, it was more than just myself. It was more about family, family ties, the people around me. Um, it's kind of, I would say, what or why I'm doing the things that I'm doing right now. I feel like, yeah, I see my sister in New York doing what she's doing, and then I want to help out. I want to, bring our money together.
Indeed.
Give it to the family. You know what
Indeed.
I mean? Um, get my grandma out of the home that she's been in that home for years, years. But I feel like either remodel it, get her a new home, or just remodel the whole cabin. So like on my mom's side, we have a cabin, a very very small cabin, about an hour and a half away. Um, I've always thought about gifting my grandma a new cabin, same place, same lake, same everything, but just a new house or a new cabin, shall I say?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I guess everything just leads back to family, no?
It does, man.
You know what I mean?
Wait, did your dad ever give you the chat about?
Oh gosh.
Did he see you down and he was like, all right, these are all my accounts. Here's the passwords, this, that, and the third. If anything happens to me, Brad,
Mm,
it's right here, bro. You go through this.
mm.
Also, not only that, does your does your dad have like a bag or a folder with all of your like your like birth certificates, SS, all that stuff, bro? Like if that bag is gone,
Yeah, it's over with.
it's over with.
That one, yes. That one, necessity.
Yeah,
Have to have that.
I might have to copy that strap, man.
Have to have that.
He's like, wait, what do you need? All right, wait, I'll be right back. Just brings out a big,
Big ass
big.
binder. Good gosh. Yeah, that one for sure. The first one, sit down, have a conversation. Honestly, no, because money wasn't really, or the money within the family wasn't really the topic of discussion.
Mm.
I feel like in his head it was more of like, okay, if something happens to me, there's a will, and then you'll get the money from the will.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. I don't think he ever wanted his children to worry about um money, or if anything happens to me, here's the bank account, something like that. He has he has oh shoot. He has 6 children and I have 6 siblings. The dynamic is very weird, but they're all half siblings, so you do the math, count the baby mamas, you'll be alright.
It all leads back to family, man. And Merch, you have one brother?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Funny enough, I had a speech in Biscom class at Carlson on Monday, right? And the speech is about storytelling, 2 to 3 minute speech about a story that has happened in my life. It was actually about my siblings. So I started off saying, I was sitting on a train in London, about to see 4 of my siblings who I barely even knew. Right away, grab them in, hook them in. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then from there was just barbecue chicken. You know what I mean? It was just barbecue chicken from there. I caught them, pulled them in, and then reeled it up. You know what I mean?
So this is a 2 to 3 minute speech.
2 to 3 minute speech. Our topic was about my siblings. To give context, I have 4 siblings in the UK. 3 of them, same mom, same dad. They live together, and then those are all my sisters, or 3 of my sisters, and then one of them was my half brother, whom only one of us out of the siblings have ever met before. So then when I went to London in November, we all linked up. Those who are from the UK and myself linked up, chatted, sit down, small talk, awkward, you know, trying to be careful. Everybody nervous in the beginning.
Yeah.
Then the mood switches a little bit. Start talking about what we missed, the memories, similarities, facial structures, everything like that. What we have in common, which happens to be a lot. Um, yeah, I guess overall concept, or from that conversation, we all kind of act the same in a way. But then obviously, some people are more to themselves, some are more introverted, some people are more extroverted, some people. I have a sister who's 21. Yeah, 21 right now. She's gonna be 22 soon. So same age as me, and we basically have the same dynamic.
You
You know
saying
what I
what?
mean? The same dynamic.
Mm.
So we basically act the same. So think of me and what you know about me, and imagine it as a woman. Except for her, she likes to spend money. Spend money. Me, I'm a very very frugal person. That last week when I was abroad, I was spending money just because for the memories. But other than that, I'm very very frugal. Promise you that.
Yo, you want some eats, bro? No, I'm serious, bro. I look, got 15 wings, bro. It's okay. No, it's a cut. You sure?
Mm. I mean, on the topic of abroad,
Yeah.
you're going you're going abroad for, is it 2 weeks in March?
I'm going for a week spring break.
Mm.
That is coming up soon though. We are in the near the middle of February. We'll be leaving March 5th, March 6th for the UK. So very fitting.
In it.
Yeah. And my dad's, I don't know what it is with Nigerians in the UK, but
I'm telling, bro, they're everywhere.
yeah,
They're everywhere.
my dad's sister, younger sister, is over there. She came to visit a couple months ago. said we have to slide. I'm going to see her. But yeah, I'm going there. Should be fun. I wish there will be a time in which I do go abroad for longer. I'm
Mm.
not gonna,
Mm. Okay.
but yeah, UK should be fun. That's low key. Like if you think about it, if you know me, that's damn near home. If you really think about it, you know what I mean? So in it. So
In it.
how long were you there for?
In Europe?
No, like
Oh, London?
London
I want to say
specifically.
it was 5 or 6 days. I kind of like extended it. I got family, free housing,
Oh
what
yeah,
have you.
beautiful.
No, free transportation actually.
And you visited. So he was abroad for a semester, right? How many countries did you visit?
Um, before I left, I had to go to 20 countries. I had some people doubt me, you know what I mean? But then, we finished it off with 22 countries. 22 countries. I
That
had, I
is
had to take some random side quests like Serbia, Albania, Montenegro, you know what I mean?
that
But we
is
got there.
OD, bro.
We
OD.
got there.
22 countries?
Hmm.
What? You didn't do school, did you?
Hey, hear me out. My program, no assignments, no quizzes. Some might have a midterm, but majority of them has a final. And that's the whole class.
What?
That's the whole class. And I was lucky enough I could take attendance because that was the thing that you had to do at my program. Take attendance, and I could do it on my phone. Like for example, I booked a trip to Greece, and it was a Friday. And usually I didn't have class on Friday, but they moved it to that Friday. So I was in Greece. I checked in, went back with my dad. I think 10 minutes later, I was in the lake. Actually, no, I was in the ocean. I was in the ocean swimming. So
What?
it's just it's just the way of life out there, man. It's just the way of life. But I'm not gonna lie, the academic work,
Was it
uh,
harder?
I feel like for finance is definitely harder
Okay.
compared to here for sure. But some of the finalists were like 15 questions for the entire semester. So if you're not studying, you might not pass, man. You might not
I'm gonna get fried. Oh. At what times did you study?
pass.
at what at what times did you study?
um, you know, sometimes I would study or take notes then like at night during the weekdays. So like usually I would go to class and I would go to the gym, work out, come back, shower, eat, maybe watch something on YouTube or watch a show and then study real quick and then go back to watching a show or something. That was a typical day in Milano. And then Friday to Sunday, maybe Thursday to Sunday sometimes. I'd be out the country. You know what I mean? I'm out of there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm out of there.
When did abroad just feel like just long for you though? Like,
Ooh,
cause 4 months? You were there for a minute though, 5?
I was there for 5 months.
At
Yeah.
some point, it must have felt like, I'm trying to go back home, bro. What am I still doing here?
Um, After Halloween, if you know, you know. Right after Halloween, what November 1st, I was like, it's time to go. It's time to go. And then I think that next weekend, I took it off, no traveling. Um, my grandma even texted me saying like, "Hey, how are you doing?" I was like, "I'm trying to go home." And then she said, asked me like, "How much have you been traveling?" Been traveling every weekend. She said like, "All right, just take a break." I took a break. After that break, I was back to myself. Let's go, new country. Let's go.
What?
But yeah, definitely November. And then in my head, I was like, okay, I just got to get through finals. Got through finals, and I was like, okay, no school, no finals, no stress. Life is great. Life is beautiful when you have no homework or nothing to worry about when it comes to school or work. Life is beautiful.
Mm.
So then I want to say 3 weeks. I was just traveling the world. That last week, my sister came to Europe, so I was with her. And that was for my birthday at the end as well. Uh, bought
21,
her
21 in Europe?
21 in Europe.
Wow, man.
Bought her a wallet, like a designer wallet, while she was like in a different store. So she was kind of like checking it out. I was like, all right, bet I got you. And then she went to a different store. I bought it, shipped it when I came back because I got to get that tax refund.
Wow.
That VAT tax refund.
Wow.
Got to get that back. Brought it to Minnesota. The week of her birthday, shipped it over there, and then came in time for her birthday, and that's just her present. You know what I mean?
So that's a good brother right there, man.
Mm.
So that last week you really spent bread.
Mm-hmm.
How did you fund it?
mm.
How did you fund it, man?
Mm. Yeah. You know, the summer before, I was doing a whole bunch of work. So I had an internship. That was remote, thank God. So I was working remote, and then on the weekends or maybe after my internship, I would go to the rec, which is the gym over here. I'd clock in, get some more money right there. And then I would just be saving my money. Obviously, frugal. I've been saving my money for years and years and years. And then you gotta fill out them scholarships. You see a scholarship, so you brought a scholarship. It could be a random company scholarship, a random organization. If you see it and you meet the criteria, it's not gonna hurt you to apply. And that was my thought process. That was what I was told when I was a freshman. Always say yes to things. Always just try new things. And
Who gave you that sauce?
there's actually someone who used to be on the SBM board. Someone who used to be on the SBM board. Shout out SBM. Um, but yeah, started to apply to random scholarships. Got a couple that helped out tremendously. And then when that financial aid refund hit, I was up.
Huh, he was
I
dancing.
was
You was dancing,
I
broski.
was I was low key up. I was low key telling everybody, if you want me to fly you out, I got you. I didn't fly anyone out though. I was low key joking, but I was up. I was up. How about you? Are you do you feel prepared for studying abroad for that week? Do you feel like you know what you want to do? Mind you, I'm also going to be in London when he's going to be in London for like a day or two.
That's
So.
beautiful, bro. We're gonna see my you.
Mhm.
You know who's over there right
Mhm.
now, right?
Mhm.
Yes, sir. Honestly, man, I think it's gonna be real chill. I know things are a little bit more expensive over there.
But Nando's is coming, right?
Nando's is a
Mm.
necessity actually. Hopefully I see Beta Squad over there too. Shout out
Mm.
KSI as well. Um, I just the entire sidemen. You know what I mean? Got to see all the mates in it. So
And it South Ends or no? Like Brixton.
all Brixton bullies in it.
Mm. Loki,
I
Loki,
don't even know what the itinerary looks like right now, bro.
Loki. My sisters, I know some of y'all are watching. Y'all claim South End, so if if he wants, we can visit your ends. You know what I mean? There's foxes everywhere.
Foxes.
Foxes. I'm not gonna lie. When I went there and I saw a pack of foxes just walking the streets, I'm not gonna lie. I was low key scared. I was low key scared. I
There's
low key walked the other way. I won't even hold you.
South End. Is that what you
South
say?
Ends, foxes
Merch. I didn't even know that.
everywhere. Wow.
I didn't even know. I gotta bring the trench fit. You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Gloves too.
Gonna buy leather gloves.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll watch. I already know what I'm gonna. I already know what I'm wearing over there, bro. I just don't know what I'm doing.
Man, surround yourself with good people. That's what I got. I feel like there's so much value to being amongst good company. And it can take you far. That's my nugget.
Beautiful.
You know what I always say, man? Comparison is a thief of joy, and make sure to always protect your peace.
That's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. If you watched it this far, I appreciate you. You a real one. Comment down below that you know what I mean. I watched all hour and 20 minutes of this pod. But this was SBM. We got events coming up on the 18th, the 24th, the 3rd with these guys. Yeah. So just watch out for those. Follow the Instagram, follow the TikTok. We lit. We love you boys. Love you women. Appreciate you. SBM out. SBM out.